Yes. So for that aspect of it, yes, I would say that I can definitely show you how to work that. I can tell you what the buttons are. I'm pretty sure that they're 9 times out of 10 probably the same buttons on the controller that I already have, probably with some extra buttons, you know? So definitely you can tap in with that. Let me see. Next question on the hit list. DJing youth events. DJing youth events, I actually love DJing youth events. I'm not gonna lie. Why? Because kids give you energy and you don't know how many souls you heal and how many kids you heal while you're playing music at some of these events. Like I do a lot of like non-profit events, right? I do a lot of, like a whole lot of non-profit events, a lot of community events. I'm like really in the community. Outside of being DJ, I also do things with kids. I do things with young adults and all type of stuff, right? Like I got the Waterfest that's coming up in August. You feel me? August 29th, biggest Waterfest in America. You feel me? So I got a lot of things that happen, and it's all mainly based around like the youth, right? Because I'm a firm believer that the youth is the future, and if I don't pour into them, then who else will? You feel me? If I don't teach them the information that I have, then who else will? Because you have some parents who feel like they don't need to teach their kids these things until later on in life. So for me, I'm not one of those type of people. If you want to know how to use this controller, let me know. You feel me? So when I go to like the youth events, those are kind of like some of the funnest events that I do, because you get like the people that are like, oh, I want to know how to do this, or what's this button for? What's this button for? Oh, can I talk on the mic? And it's like you get to see kind of like some of these kids come alive, and you can see how some of them are like interested in these different things, and it's like they probably never knew that they would be this close to touching some of this stuff or hearing some of this stuff or even seeing that the person that was behind it was an actual person, right? Like I feel like as an adult we forget that we are in the position to help the kids, and especially as DJs, like sometimes DJs be like, "Oh, I don't want these kids touching my thing. I don't want the." So if you don't want the kids touching your stuff, then you probably shouldn't be DJing kids events. Why? Because kids are curious. Just by nature, they are going to be curious, and they may want to ask you to play a song. They may want to see you scratch it in. They may want to see all these different things. So if you're not really like a kid person, then maybe those events are not for you. See, me, I'm a people person, so any event is for me. You feel me? Showcases, no, but any event is for me. You feel me? That's just me. So youth events, I really love them because I can really talk to the kids. I actually have a lot of DJs that I've mentored because I did youth events. Like I did football games at high schools. I did proms. I did homecomings, pep rallies. I did a lot of those different things. So I did gain a lot of students over the time and became a mentor to um, a lot of young kids who didn't even know DJing was an option for them. So I definitely did. Definitely do appreciate that. So I do love doing my youth events. I know some people are like, man, I just want to go turn everybody up. And it's like, man, you can turn some kids up, bro. If you can turn some kids up, I'm not even going to hold you. Like, you a different type of person because kids don't really like everything and they don't like everybody. Like, and they feel like they the biggest and the baddest of everything. So if you can get them to move and get them to be open and excited about stuff, then you got the gift. You feel me? So yeah, let me see. Next question I'm gonna get into is club payouts and unpaid invoices. All right, all right, okay, all right. So I guess we doing this. Let me get some water. Okay, so we doing this. Club payouts and unpaid invoices. So I'm gonna put it to you like this, and I'm gonna need y'all to listen to me. Listen to me real close. Bring it in. I don't care what you need to do, but bring it in real close, right? So, some promoters and some clubs may not let y'all know that they are what they consider to be a net 30, a net 60, or a net 90, right? Now, what that actually means in layman's term means that if you DJ today, I will pay you 30 days later. If you DJ today, I will pay you 60 days later, or you DJ today, I'll pay you 90 days later, right? Now, the 60 and the 90, you don't usually really get those, but some places are like that. So, when you get to a space and they ask you for like a W-9 or anything like that, or maybe the promoter just asked, you should ask them in the process of them booking you, Do I get paid the same night? Do I get paid the same week? Or how does the payment process go? Some of y'all need to stop being scared and ask about that, because that's the reason y'all be in some fucked up situations, because y'all don't be asking the right questions, and then y'all be wondering why y'all ain't got no money, and it's because you didn't ask the right questions. You didn't say, when do I get paid? You just expect for them to pay you. If you go to a job, don't you ask, when do I get paid? And they say you get paid every week on Fridays, or you get paid bi-weekly on, and you say what day? That's the same thing. You guys need to take that same mindset and use it towards DJing. That's where y'all be getting fucked up at. Now, back to what I was saying before. Some clubs, some promoters, some spaces, they are net 30s, net 60s, and net 90s. Again, a net 30 is they will pay you 30 days after you've completed the service. So if you DJ today, you will not get paid until 30 days from today's date. Now, the cold part about that is I feel like promoters and clubs need to let their employees, or to let the person who's coming to do that gig work for that night, they need to inform them. Hey, we pay out every 2 weeks. We pay out every other week. We pay out every 30 days. Y'all need to let people know that information. Why? So people are not blowing y'all up, and y'all have a clear, open understanding. See, this is why a lot of DJs don't tend to go to certain clubs, and they don't want to deal with certain promoters, is because they say, oh, that club take forever to pay. That's because that club also didn't tell you that they got a net 30 or a 60 or a 90. When they could have just told you that, and you probably would have took the booking, or you probably wouldn't have took the booking. Again, let that be up to the DJ to accept that. Y'all don't just tell them to come and DJ and then pay them 30 days later. That's unacceptable. Because what if people expected that money to come that same weekend, and you didn't explain that? Now you got somebody coming to your space being all hot-headed and going crazy because you didn't explain that, when you could have prevented the whole situation. So that goes to promoters and club owners. If that is the way that your payment process is set up, you need to let people know that, and you need to stick to that. Now, you're going to have some DJs that may accept it and some DJs may not accept it, but let that be up to them. You do not make that the decision for them, because then that's when people want to go upside your head and do all this craziness, right? A couple DJs, I know some of y'all didn't want to go upside some people's head. But again, did you do your due diligence as to ask when and where was the payments going to be made and all these other things? Probably not. And they decided because you didn't ask that information, they were not going to disclose that they were a net 30, 60, or 90. Okay? So that's how that goes. Now, when it comes to unpaid invoices, if you are going anywhere and you do not know who the new booking is, or however the process is, again, y'all need to vocalize, ask, use your mouth, talk. How does the payment process go? How much is the booking for? Y'all need to start asking these questions, because this is the reason why y'all don't get the payments. Why? Because some venues will say, oh, the night is exposure. We get you sometimes they won't even say exposure. Sometimes they say, oh, you'll get drinks and food and this and that. That means that that's your form of payment. Okay? If you accept the food and the drinks, that's your form of payment. Don't expect no money. If they say, oh, we can get you and a couple of your friends in this, y'all can get some food in the section and this and this and this, you ain't getting paid. What they just told you was your payment. Okay? So when y'all start talking to these promoters and these venue owners or whoever it is, now you just start asking, what is the pay? When does the pay come? And then you need to send them an invoice. And if they tell you that it's a certain fee and you're going to get paid that night, and you need to ask them for a deposit, possibly so that they're not wasting your time, especially if they're asking you, 2-3 weeks before. Yeah, let me get a deposit. Why? Because I don't want you to cancel on me, and then now I don't have a booking because I expected to come here. But now you canceled your party on me, and now I don't have no money. So that's like a two-way street. Now, when it comes to unpaid invoices, if it's from the same person, if they got one unpaid invoice, shame on you. If it's another unpaid invoice, shame on them. If it's another one, then you boo-boo the fool. Because why you keep going back? What are you going back for? What do you want the exposure. So keep going. And stop complaining. And go get your face out there. Because clearly that's all you're going to get anyway. So I would say that. Now when it comes to other people not paying invoices, I don't know, but I said this a long time ago. I feel like DJs should have a list. There should be a list that goes around to DJs. Like we should have some sort of like DJ society. I don't know. I feel like I need to build it or something. I don't know. But I feel like there needs to be some sort of something that shows you who are janky promoters, who are janky club owners, so that you don't get booked by those people and then have to deal with that type of stuff of having to follow a promoter, chase a promoter for money, or bad talking a venue, or doing crazy things to venue spaces because you didn't get your payment. I always said that we needed some sort of list. Like, you know how they got like a Yelp or something like that? I feel like useful, clear, and consistent. Okay, affirmations. But I feel like we need something like that. We need something where we can like go and express, this venue owner did this promoter did this. You feel me? Like, don't be on there lying or nothing like that. But if you really had a bad experience, then we should be able to rate these people and let them know that we had a bad experience, so that other DJs don't go there and then end up with the same situation. Because I know some places who be like, our whole mission is to get free DJs, which means that we're going to get this DJ. We're not going to pay them. Whenever they stop coming, we're going to find somebody else. And we're going to keep telling everybody, we're going to give them exposure, and we're going to give them drinks, and we're going to do this. And then they go 3 and 4 years of having free DJs. And on the back end, everybody dragging their name and talking bad. And now the quality of what they're doing keeps going down. Because what? They keep switching to DJs because they don't want to pay. So I always felt like that's something that we need. I don't know. Like I said, if I gotta be the Marcus Garvey of it, I'll go ahead and do it. I mean, if I gotta do it, then I'll do it. But I'm just saying, I feel like we need some sort of network like that, so that new DJs don't get caught up in the scammery, and it holds promoters and club owners and all these people accountable for what it is that they're doing. Because again, you being a DJ and coming out with your equipment and doing all this other stuff and using and spending gas and doing all these other things and having to pay for parking and all these things, and it's like some places don't even accommodate you for parking. They like, it's like, oh yeah, $50 for parking. Yep, but they trying to pay you $150 to DJ. $50 just went to the parking. Like, make it make sense. Like, I feel like DJ should have parking when they get to spaces. If you got a space and you saying you hiring a DJ, you need to have 2 parking spaces, one for the first DJ and one for the second DJ. The DJ shouldn't be looking around for parking. Like, that's just me. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. Being in this game for so long, it's like, bro, why do I have to go walk 4 and 5 blocks just to come here to party with you? And why did I have to pay this much money to come and work? That means that the money that I'm getting back, majority of it just went to gas and parking. Well, that's not profit. There's no revenue in that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, where's my ROI on this? Like, think about that. Venue owners and promoters, you guys want ROI on what it is that you guys are putting into it. DJs also want that. And if that's just our gas and our parking, we need that plus our skill set and plus everything else that we're also bringing to the door. I get what y'all say. I get it. I've heard the stories of, we club owners, we got to pay all these bills. Yeah, we promoters, we got to do. I understand, but in some sort of way, we have to meet in the middle so that everything could be on the same grounds. Because right now, shit's fucked up. And don't nobody really respect nobody. And if you do got a space, if you do have a venue owner that respects a promoter and a promoter that respects a DJ and that DJ respects the club and the space and everything like that, then you got a special thing going. But nowadays, you don't really have that. So we need to leave all that fuckery shit. We need to leave it out the door. We need to get that up out of here. If you ain't really trying to be here for the peoples, then get up out of here. If you think this is a money grab, then go money grab your ass somewhere else. You feel me? So if you're getting unpaid invoices, then you need to either step up on the way you do business, stop dealing with these certain janky promoters or whatever the situation is, and figure it out. But if you see, hey, I done did a couple bookings and some of my bookings, my invoices ain't getting paid, then you might need to tighten up on the way that you do bookings. You may need to ask for a deposit, so people know you ain't playing, right? Like that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I ask for deposits. If I don't know you and we ain't been doing business, I need my deposit because I don't know you. I don't know you. You gonna get me to come here and do what? You gonna run off like what? Been there, done that. Not doing it again. So because I don't want to do it again, I'm gonna need this. You feel me? If you believe in what I'm doing and you really say you're about what you gonna do, then here we are. So, yeah. My last question that I'm going to get into, the last question is artists sending music. Now, this right here, I could probably talk about this all day long. The reason why is because I actually used to run a music review. It was called Gas or Trash. Artists, they send their music in, and me and my followers listen to it, and we gas it or trash it. Now, the crazy thing with that is the reason I started that was because I hated when I was DJing and you get these dusty ass artists coming up to you talking about some, can you play my song? And then they want you to play the song, and then when you ask them where is it, they're talking about it's on YouTube, it's on all platforms out. Do I look like a fan? What you mean it's on all platforms? Don't tell me it's on all platforms, because first of all, my laptop is not a streaming laptop, which means I cannot play your music. I'm not about to go to YouTube to miraculously find your song to play for you to get exposure during my set. Make it make sense. If you come at me correctly and you say, hey, I have my song, do you mind listening to it and seeing if this works in your set right now, and can you drop it? But some of y'all be coming up with the whole like, oh, you need to play my song. Why you ain't got my song? I'm the hottest in the city. Says who? Says who? You in your section? Because you and your section don't be outside. Y'all don't move. Y'all don't do nothing. And you want me to have your song. And I'm supposed to miraculously know who you are when you walk up to my stage. When I DJ, you're on my stage. Unless this is a show that artists are coming out to perform on, God damn it, I am the show. Simple as that. So, artists, I feel like you guys need to come way more correct when you guys are asking DJs to play your music and actually read the crowd. Don't just think, oh, this party is super packed out, I'm about to tell this DJ to play my song. No, because me, I'm going to charge you. I'm going to charge you to play your song. Yes, I am. Yup. Because I don't know if this song going to make my set go downhill, if it's gonna make my set go up. I don't know what this song will do. You know how many times I heard, oh, my shit fire, my shit pop, my song, and then I played it, and yes, it was fire. Basuda, trash, out of here. Horrible. Don't want to hear it again. You need to go back to the drawing. As a matter of fact, you need to go to electric school. Because music is not for you. And if you think this is what you need to put out, you might want to go back to the drawing board and figure out how you can figure it out. You might need to go to a real studio, get a real engineer, get a real beat. You might need to get it so it can sound good. Artists, you guys are paying engineers to engineer your song. Make sure that you're engineering your song. Come here. Make sure they are engineering your song, meaning that when they give you the song, it says your name and it says the name of your song. So if you have it on your phone or your flash drive and you ask a DJ to play it, you know what's the name of the damn song that you're airdropping to me for me to play. I get tired.